What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some pay-per-view predictions or premium live event if you want to be fancy with it. So when I started this series 3 months ago, is it 3 months? In January for the Royal Rumble, we were just getting started on the road to Wrestlemania. Since then, a select few wrestlers that are in the ring and the rest that are outside of the ring, for a reason you'll see in a couple of minutes, have driven down that road to Wrestlemania and taken us along for the ride as well. So yeah, as I mentioned, this is the third one I've done. Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble were 10 matches combined because of like the length of the Elimination Chambers and the Royal Rumble matches. So for WrestleMania, it's a 14 match card, 13 match card, potentially 14 matches. I'll mention that in a second. Obviously split across 2 nights because we all know what happened at WrestleMania 35. That was 7 hours long. That is like a top 5 WrestleMania if it doesn't go for like 7 hours, probably, because, you know, you had Rollins beating Brock, Kofi Mania, the women's main event. You didn't think all 3 baby faces could win the title, but they did. And other than Kurt's retirement match, which was terrible, like Miz versus Shane McMahon, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. So yeah, WrestleMania 39 goes Hollywood, 14 match card. 4 of them are women's. I'm going to jump into right now because I don't have many women's figures, as I mentioned in every single one of these videos. As you can see, I've got Lita in the ring because I do have her. I also have Natalya, who's over there, or Natalia, who's in the crowd. She is also at WrestleMania. She's in the same match she's been in for like the last 4 years at WrestleMania, which is pretty impressive. But I won't be including her because her torso snapped and it's not a good figure either. So yeah, up first, I don't know what night these are on. I think. So Charlotte versus Rhea for the SmackDown Women's title. First of all, I don't think this is the match it should have been. Should have been Rhea versus Bianca and Asuka versus Charlotte, I think. Either way, you're getting a Charlotte WrestleMania rematch, but I think Asuka should have won more than Rhea should have won against Charlotte, because ending Asuka's undefeated streak, that seemed pointless to me. Why did she lose? Charlotte's always at WrestleMania. She's always got the belt on her. But I'm very confident in a Rhea Ripley win, even though she should be fighting Bianca in a match we all want to see, really. So yeah, Rhea Ripley definitely beats Charlotte, I think. Bianca versus Asuka, like I just mentioned. Bianca won it, what, at 36, right? Against, I don't know who she won it against. I can't remember. She beat Sasha Banks at 37, and at 38, it was Becky Lynch, right? So she's won the title match she's held the Raw title, the Raw Women's title for the last 3 Manias, or at least going out from it, she's held it. I think Asuka wins this time. I don't know. At the same time, I think if they wanted her to drop the belt now, they would have just give Rhea that match and Asuka would have faced Charlotte. So it's a tricky one. I'm actually gonna, I am just deciding on the spot with most of these. She's getting into like Roman Reigns, John Cena territory. I want a title change. I'm gonna say Asuka wins. On to the next one, which you do have a figure for, is the like women's tag title, 6-man tag. Not 6-man tag, 6-woman tag. So we got Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control. Now I know that they are the champions. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's going on with this feud. I'm guessing, I don't even know. I think Damage Control should win. They shouldn't lose to 2 part-timers and Becky Lynch. Or break up. If they break up and they lose, I'd be fine with it. I don't think I'd really care. Either way, this feud's been going on too long. Either Damage Control win cleanly against a couple part-timers, I've heard maybe Trish breaks heel, turns heel against Lita or something. But yeah, for me, Damage Control win or they break up. And on to, I'm guessing it's like a women's tag title #1 contenders match, because that 6 women tag isn't actually for the tag titles. We've got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez or Gonzalez, I don't know, it's one of them. Natalia and Shotzi, Ronda and Shayna, or Chelsea and Sonya. I saw this on Twitter the other day. Natalia has been in the exact same Fatal 4-Way women's tag team title match for the last 4 WrestleManias, and she's had a different tag partner every time, which is pretty crazy. And for that reason, I can't see her winning it. I can't see Liv and Raquel winning it. I don't know why. I've heard that Raquel might be getting a big push, so I can't see her big push being the women's tag titles. Chelsea and Sonya, I don't even know what that's about. I thought it was going to be Chelsea and Carmella or something. So by ways of elimination, I'm going for Ronda Rousey and Shayna to pick up the win there. So that is all the women's matches out of the way. So we can get rid of Lita now. Thanks, Lita. And move on to night 1. Well, not yet. One thing that, even though WrestleMania is now a 2-night event, they've decided to take out of WrestleMania is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which doesn't make sense, because for a 2-night show, they could even... Oh, great. Right. Is that the second time this has happened? Oh, it's actually upside down. There we go. Right. For a 2-night event, I think they could even afford to have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the main card. Let me get the trophy out. Where's actual Andre? There he is. Right, there he is. Bobby Lashley, obviously him and Bray Wyatt, their feud sort of suspended because Bray's not going to be there or something. I don't know. I'm not going to act like I'm keeping up with really many of these feuds. Like a couple of the feuds, I do know what's going on. I watch the highlights and stuff, but most of them, I'm going to be honest, I'm just guessing. So yeah, Bobby and Bray aren't going to be fighting, and then Bobby gets put into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I've heard that him and LA Knight will have something to do on Friday Night SmackDown in that, and then they'll go on to set up a match with each other. I'm guessing it's going to be on night 2. It would make sense to be the following night, but at the same time, night 2 has one less match. But I do feel like that card is stacked a bit more. So, obviously, because it's night 2. So, I don't know. But if that happens, I can see LA Knight winning more than Bobby, because obviously LA Knight could be going on to a big push and maybe a Money in the Bank win. So, I mean, that's just the rumours. So I could see him winning this. I could also see like Uncle Howdy, or if that's even still going on, maybe Bray will be there and he'll attack Bobby or something and get a distraction win. So yeah, Bobby, if that match does go ahead, he's losing for me. Up next, I've got Damian Priest here, because he's lonely. He's the only member of Judgment Day that doesn't have a match. So I'm guessing he'll be involved. It would be cool if he was involved in all 3 Judgment Day's matches, so he actually has a bigger impact on the card than any of the ones in the match do. But yeah, unfortunately he's not got a match. But yeah. Up next, onto this fatal 4-way tag team match. Is this a #1 contenders match again? Is this for the SmackDown tag team titles so they can split them? I'm not sure. But again, process of elimination. Who am I going to go with? Right, up first, Alpha Academy. Because of like the Maximum Male Models and the Otis A angle, I don't think they're going to win. So they're an easy one to get rid of. I'm also, as well as doing these predictions, I've entered a Wrestling Megastores competition for this yes or no thing. So if I win that, I get an entire set of Elite 102. And in that, I said that the Street Profits would not be involved in the win in full in the match. So I guess I've already got my mind decided. The Street Profits aren't going to be winning. Oh, well, I decided they wouldn't be winning the match, so I thought, well, I flipped it again. I thought Street Profits aren't going to win, and I can't see them out of everyone taking the... Oh, stop flipping, please. I couldn't see them out of everyone taking the... Let me fix the tripod here. Oh no, I've dropped it. Uh-oh. Everything's going wrong. Technical issues. Wait a second. I've tried to record this too many times to stop now. So yeah, I can see Otis or Chad Gable taking the pin, so I left them out of it. I would like to see the Viking Raiders or War Machine or Viking Experience or whatever they're called, I don't know. I would like to see them winning, but realistically, I think it's going to be Braun and Ricochet to take home the win for this one, because they're a pretty exciting tag team. It's the big and small dynamic, sort of like other successful tag teams like Jericho. I can't actually think of any others off the top of my head, but there is others. So yeah, that's them done. On to the big three matches of... Oh, that's Castle Grayskull. I shouldn't mention that because I was going to have that as a surprise thing. But yeah, there might not be many people watching by now. So yeah, these are the main three matches I'm excited for. So I'm going to go for the slam dunk one at the minute, is Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, obviously. It's disappointing that Rollins isn't in like a big feud, he's just fighting Logan Paul. But 100% Seth Rollins wins this. I'd put my house on it. There's no way Logan Paul can win. He's been in the company a year. Like apparently his contract's up or something, and that. But I'm guessing he'll resign because he is very talented, even though I think he's a dick. Yeah, Rollins has to win this, and because it's not a big feud, I don't see it going to Backlash. So he can go straight from that into the world title picture after WrestleMania, which is pretty nice. Up next is one of the Judgment Day matches, Dom versus Ray. Honestly, on my sheet of paper I've got here, I don't have a winner because I honestly don't know what way they're going to go with it. I feel like the feel-good moment is... although it shouldn't be a feel-good moment, was Ray smacking his son on SmackDown or Raw. I don't know. I think it was Raw. So, I mean, I don't even know. I see Ray winning. I see Dom winning. At the same time, I see Ray winning. I've got most of the faces to go over, I think. So a heel has to win a match eventually. I'm gonna take Dom for the win. And ironically, for night one, the final match I'm gonna be predicting is the first match on the card. John Cena versus Vince McMahon's protege, his new John Cena, that being Austin Theory, for the US title. If this was for the Intercontinental title, my mind would be different because it would be cool to see John Cena finally become a Grand Slam champion. And the fact that it's for the title and John Cena being a movie star and having a very packed schedule leads me to thinking that Austin Theory wins the match in a sort of passing of the torch moment. They could even, I don't know, shake hands after the match. And maybe Cena goes for an AA. Maybe Theory just does the A-Town down or something. I don't know. You could go any way with that, really. But, yeah, Austin Theory wins for me. So that is night one done. Let's get into night two. Now, I've only actually got 3 matches here. Because it's 6 matches on the card. There's one I've left out for a minute or two. And 3 here. One I've left out. 2 women's matches. That's it. Right, so up first we have Omos and Brock Lesnar. One that I don't think anyone was really expecting. I was expecting to see Brock and Bobby fight. And it probably would have been the better option now, seeing as the Bray Wyatt feud hasn't worked out. But with this one, I'm going to go with Omos for a couple reasons. Obviously, the rumours of Brock leaving, potentially, or this being his last run. This could be a way of him paying his dues. Also, because look at the size of Omos. The guy is huge. Let's just put them next to each other here. Omos is huge. He actually has a size advantage over Brock Lesnar, which not many people do. If they want to build him up, he's going to have to win matches like this. And yeah, I can see him winning. They've given him a new theme. I don't really like it. I don't think they should have changed it. But look at the size of this guy. I've got him beating Brock Lesnar. On to the last Judgment Day match. This is early Judgment Day versus New Judgment Day. I guess you could call it in a Hell in a Cell match. So I've got the Demon Finn out, the Network Spotlight one, because it's the closest to purple you've got. And Edge in the Hell in a Cell, the original steel silver Hell in a Cell, which is a nice change because the red one just wasn't doing it for anyone really. That was a change that did not need to happen at all. But yeah, obviously the Demon is very protected, so do you want him winning? Probably. You don't want Finn to look weak, but at the same time, this could be Edge's last WrestleMania match. Does he want to go out in his last WrestleMania match and lose? Maybe he wants to give back to some younger guys, even though Finn's like 40 now, 38 maybe, I don't know. So this is a real tough one. I can see a Judgment Day interference like Damian Priest coming back to do something and winning the match for Finn, so Edge still looks fine, and keeping the Demon looking strong. The Demon still hasn't been beaten, right? If it has, then my whole argument there is pretty pointless, because that's what I'm basing most of it off. But it's Edge's last WrestleMania match, probably. I think a good way to end the Demon streak, if it's still a thing, I'm not sure, would be Edge from the Judgment Day. So this is probably biased because I just love Edge, and seeing him at Clash at the Castle was incredible. So I'm going with Edge for the win. Finally, what I think will probably kick off night 2 is one of the most anticipated matches of the whole card. The IC title triple threat between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, who were very good friends and are now not, and Gunther, the IC title champ, the Intercontinental Champion. Obviously, this isn't the updated IC title, because that only came with like the Nakamura in 81 and 101 Ricochet, so I still don't have that. But yeah, I don't have Gunther or Walter either, so unfortunately for Drew, he's not winning. I can see Sheamus or Gunther, Walter, winning, but I really can't see Drew winning. It's going to be one of those two. On one hand, I want to see Sheamus win and become a Grand Slam champion. He's been great over the last year. Clash of the Castle, I want to see Gunther and Sheamus square off, obviously, and maybe redo a sequence that they had at Clash of the Castle or something, because that would be great. I can see him becoming a Grand Slam champion. I can also see Gunther going on and breaking Honky Tonk's record. So this is probably the toughest one to call on the entire card, actually. I honestly don't know who to go for. Where's my notes? Who did I go for? I underlined Gunther and Sheamus, right, so that doesn't really help. I'm gonna go for Gunther. I think there's gonna be some sort of maybe a tag team spot with Sheamus and Drew trying to coexist, and then the two of them end up pretty much costing it for each other. So Gunther is going to win and retain the IC title, for me, personally. Obviously, there was a very big match that I left off of night one, the unified tag title match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Usos. A payoff to the Bloodline and Sami Zayn feud, also the Bloodline and Kevin Owens feud. And I don't think this one's much of a debate. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win. You know, obviously the Elimination Chamber match with Roman was a hard one to take. I wanted Sami to win. Now I realise this was Sami's story all along, and this can't end in heartbreak again. We need a feel-good moment for Sami and Kevin. They've already had the hug and everything. They're reuniting, and they're going to reunite with the tag belts for me. The Usos are going to drop them. I can't tell how long Kevin and Sami will hold the belts for, but they're definitely winning it for me. I don't think there's anything else I had to say. I feel like there was, but there also wasn't at the same time. I could see Jay or Jimmy, probably Jay. I could see Jay walking out on Jimmy in the match instead of breaking up a cover or something and have a little swerve moment in it. But yeah, Sami KO, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they are going to be the tag team champions. That's what I wanted to say. This should be the main event. I don't care about Rhea and Charlotte. I understand WWE want to have a women's match main event in night one pretty much all the time. But they didn't do it last year because Stone Cold came back. This match is a bigger deal than Stone Cold returning. I don't care what you say. I understand that fans have been moaning for a long time about the Royal Rumble winner not actually going on to be in the main event of WrestleMania. And I understand that it's Triple H's first year at the helm and he wants to stand by tradition and do all of that stuff. But if we lived in a world where the Royal Rumble winner went on to headline WrestleMania every single year up until this point, I think a lot of people would still be saying this deserves to be the main event. This is the biggest storyline in WWE now, and for the past 3 years now. It's the biggest storyline in the last 20 years? It's gotta be. You're going back to The Rock and Stone Cold, Austin and McMahon, at least to the Taker versus DX 4-year span. I would say it goes back to at least there and probably further. So this match, I don't think it will, but this match should main event night one by a country mile. It deserves it and nothing less. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I think there's one match I'm forgetting, so we'll get to that now. And here we have it. The main event of WrestleMania 39. This is one we've known this was gonna be the main event since last year when Cody returned. I know there was a lot of uproar on Twitter and on everything, basically, about how WWE can't book on the fly. Sami Zayn should have won an Elimination Chamber, and honestly, I was one of them. Before that match, I'd accepted Sami Zayn was going to lose, Roman was going to win, and it was Cody's story. After the emotion of the match and Sami getting so close and the kind of bullshit ending, I was mad about it. I wanted Sami to win. After a bit of time to reflect, this is Cody's story. It is, I've realised that. And Sami has his story. If you can see, he's pretty happy back there with his tag titles. I don't know how the tripod's not going to go back. There we go. Yeah, that's his story. Let me fix this. And yeah, this is such a huge story. Not just, I feel like Cody Rhodes coming back to WWE and finally winning the WWE title would have been a big enough story itself. If this happened, I don't know, 2 or 3 years down the line or something, when, I don't know, Seth Rollins is champion, LA Knight is champion, I don't know, whoever it is, being champion, Cody Rhodes returning to come back and beat them at WrestleMania would have been big enough, but adding in the bloodline with that makes it even bigger. And I know there's a lot of ways that this could go. Some people are saying Cody Rhodes needs a big setback, but he doesn't. For me, at least, Cody Rhodes wins the WWE title at WrestleMania and the Universal title, I guess. And oh, there he goes. I guess it's good timing. I was getting him anyway. He is either bringing back the Winged Eagle title or he's getting his own belt made, because I've seen like Triple H has cleared a new title design, and you know, if this is it, I would be very happy with it. It looks so great on Cody. Actually, let's put it around him. So yeah, Cody wins for me. Cody deserves it. I wasn't a huge fan of him back in the day because I don't really remember much of him. Team Rhodes Scholars were pretty funny. I liked them. But wow, does he deserve it now? And his entrance when they go, whoa, that is going to break some sort of sound barrier on Sunday. And when it hits after the match and he's breaking down in tears with the title, it's going to do it again. But also, what role did the bloodline play in this? Obviously, as I've said, Roman loses the titles. They go over to Cody, the wise man. But I want it to come full circle. Obviously, it would be great for Cody to win the belt clean against Roman. But also, it'd be poetic justice for Roman to lose the belt in a bullshitty ending, like so many of his title defenses have been. And I'm choosing to believe that's what it's all been building for. And it's also been building to Jey Uso, who the real story is about. It's not about Roman Reigns, it's not Sami Zayn, it's not Cody Rhodes, it's not Kevin Owens, it's not Jimmy, it's not Paul, it's not any of them. It's about Jey Uso, the guy that effectively started the Bloodline saga with Roman Reigns, with only them two in the pandemic era. Their first two matches were great, especially the Hell in a Cell one. I feel like even in the pandemic and the Thunderdome, that actually helped with the storytelling and the psychology that went into it, and it was great, including Jimmy and everything. And like Jay choosing Sami and then him turning on Sami was a good sort of switcheroo. But I want Jay to come out, and I want Jay to cost Roman the title, both titles, because it'd just be great. And then that'd set up their match for SummerSlam. Or, I mean, it's a long time away, so maybe it doesn't, but either way, Cody Rhodes wins at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns can leave to do whatever he wants, but he's coming back at SummerSlam to fight Jey Uso. I hope, at least. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Comment any videos you want to see. Comment any of your predictions down below. And yeah, I like that every time I get to doing the outro is when my storage runs out. So yeah, as I was saying, comment your predictions below, or anything, your WrestleMania plans, what match you're looking forward to the most. Mine is definitely going to be the two Bloodline matches and the IC title triple threat. That's going to be great too. Seth versus Logan should be a good match. Also, Theory, Cena, I'm looking forward to. Bianca, Asuka, it's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of great matches. But yeah, I'm very excited for WrestleMania. I'm getting to the point where I'm watching the entire Bloodline story. I'm watching compilations of Cody Rhodes entrances. I'm listening to Kingdom and everything. It's going to be great. 2 nights of wrestling is even better than one. And I can't wait for it. So you've seen my predictions. If you enjoyed, once again, like and subscribe. I've said all this. I'll see you later, guys.